What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to this episode. If you remember from the last episode, we finished all the XRP Pro Plus lines. What we need to do today is run the hard lines, and from the hard lines is we're doing the AC, and then we're gonna be doing the turbo, the boost controller. Do hard lines for those too, and then also the vacuum lines. The first thing we need to do is we got to take all these lines back off. That way we have room in between here and we don't scratch anything. So let's get to it. So our next order of business is we have to put the AC compressor back in, and we'll start from there. So this here are our AC fittings. They're gonna be clamshells as well. Oh yeah, clamshell all the things. We're gonna put the AC compressor back on, and then we gotta mount the dryer canister where we want it, which I'm gonna do here, so it's tucked away and doesn't look all goofy and stuff. So it'll go from the firewall to the compressor, and from the compressor to the dryer, and the dryer to the condenser, and then condenser back to the pump. So, all right. So first thing first, we gotta get the old fittings off. Yeah, because the old fittings, one is a -6 and one is a -10 line, and the new fittings, I believe they're both -8s. So nope, this is wrong. Wrong. Right, so I was wrong. We don't have to swap these out. We'll just reuse them. Clean them up a little bit. All these flies. So these are new fittings here, but this is kind of kinked, so I need to machine this down a little bit. I'm actually just gonna grind it down. So I grinded this down a little bit, and it's perfect now. Okay, next order of business is get this mounted onto here, exactly where we want it to. I'm gonna bolt this in first. Okay, so to mount this on here, I got one of those harness bar mounts. So I'm probably gonna mount it like this. This is the stuff. All right, so this is the original bracket that was on the harness bar mount. This hole was too big. You can't really mount it on here, so what I did was I cut it, and then I drilled a new hole, and then now it's perfect.
Are you gonna cut the other one?
I only need one jig, but I need to figure out how I want to lay this first before I. So now that or like that, whichever way I want. So I'm gonna temporarily leave this right here, and then we're gonna put in the fittings on the firewall next. All right, so it seems we have a situation. I have everything mocked up where I want it, but as you can see right here, the clearance is a little tight for these two fittings. So what I'm gonna do is I have to shift this whole condenser over a little bit. I think what I'm gonna do is just drill a hole right in between these two holes, and then that should give me another maybe ½ an inch, and then we should have enough clearance, and then we can start with everything. So I ordered the stainless steel tubing, but there's two sizes. There's a 5/8 inch and a 1/2 inch, and they sent me 5/8 and a 1 inch. So I gotta get that taken care of before we can knock these out. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna fix this condenser off camera and then show you guys the clearance, and then I guess just wait till the new piping comes in. All right, so what we're gonna do now is install the wastegate down there, and then so we have to put the wastegate on here, and that way we can mock up the boost controller and run the hard lines for the boost controller. So Jaden's gonna help me out. So we finished it. My memory card only had like a minute left, so I wanted to save it for the finished part, because even if I showed you guys, you couldn't really see it because of where it's hidden and stuff. So here's the finished product. There's the boost controller, or the boost solenoid. Yep. Alright, so that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, so we finally got all the fittings that we needed for the AC hardline kit that we're going to be running. So basically this is what they are. We're going to be running clamshells for the AC also. So basically the idea is to weld the tubing onto here, and then this just slides onto here, and then the clamshell goes on there. So what we need to do now is bend up some tubing. I'm gonna start with the number 10 line first, which will be the big one. This one goes to the compressor, and it'll be a 5/8 inch tubing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that one first, because that one's the shortest line and it's the smallest line. So what I want to do is kind of do maybe like a 30-degree bend right here, and then bend it back, go across there, and then come out here, bend, and come into this one. So let's bend some tubing. Alright, so this is the idea. This is the custom-made stainless clamshell weld on. So you slip this on here and then weld it right here. This should be able to this will be able to just push into those fittings, and then we'll use the clamshell to hold it. Wish me luck, because I only have 2 of these 6-foot tubes. So if we screw up and we run out, that's gonna suck. So alright, so the first bend we want to do, I think, is maybe 15 degrees. We'll try 15 degrees first. If not, about 20 or 30 degrees, because it's very tight in there. So and then we need to bend it back the opposite way Alright, so we got our first bends in. This part goes behind the motor. So the fitting goes here, and then this tucks behind the block. Now what I'm going to do is a little bend down. What I want to try to do is get it parallel with the rail right here. So wish me luck, guys. Also, I got this little cheap tubing bender because I don't really use 5/8 inch much. So I got this from Amazon. And this thing sucks because there's nowhere to clamp it on the vise. So for this bend, I have to improvise. Alright guys, this is the final concoction of our line. So Jaden's gonna help me put it in. Eventually, after we weld that on, this will go on like so. We still got this line to do, and a bunch of other lines too, because we have to go into the dryer and then into the condenser and da. So, but tonight we're gonna call it a night. See you guys tomorrow morning. So next day, I think I'm gonna start with the shortest lines first, which would be this one to here, and then the one from here back to the compressor. So yeah, because this is the longest line. This has to go all the way back to the firewall on the passenger side, and I only have two 6-foot tubes. I'm not sure if the 6 foot is even long enough, so that's why I want to save that for last. So I'm gonna go bend up some pipe. Be right back. So we started on these pipes at what time, Jaden?
It was like
1:30 p.m. Do you guys know what time it is now?
It's 9.
It's exactly 10:30. We had a lot of mistakes, but we're not gonna talk about that. We didn't end up doing this line right here because this is just too tight in here. So we're gonna have to remake this whole fitting. And then what we ended up doing was making this line right here that goes back into the compressor.
This one does.
Hey, here it is, right here. Got our clamshell on there. We still have to weld these fittings in, but essentially that is how she looks right there. I'll twist this out. There you go. Then, yeah, we ended up remaking this line as well, because the other one just looked too corny and ghetto. Look at that. Alright, let's go over here on this side. So the big line is completed already. This is just a dummy line because we ran out of lines. This is gonna take exactly 6 feet. I only had two 6-foot tubes, and we screwed up a bunch of times. So, anyways, I gotta get another tube to make this one, because this will go all the way around and into the dryer. So when that tubing comes in, I'll just do it. I'm not gonna record it or anything. but that's exactly how it's gonna look. Let me know down in the comment what you guys think. And tomorrow what we're gonna do is we're gonna get started on the vacuum lines. We're gonna be running hard lines for those too, so see you guys tomorrow. Today we're gonna tackle the task of running hard lines for the vacuum, for the fuel pressure regulator. I might hold off on the blow-off valve because we're gonna have to make a whole new pipe for this. And so yeah, I need to know where the correct position is before I make that. I guess what we're gonna do today is just run the fuel pressure regulator one first. So my idea is to run a soft line right here and then into the hard line under here that'll go back up here. I think it'll look really cool and it'll flow with all the hard lines that we're running. So yeah, but I'm gonna have to crimp this first. So essentially we want soft lines too, is because the engine vibrates and this is stuck onto the motor, so that's why you want soft line also. Almost there. So the crimp dimension on these calls for 0.3 and it looks like we got it. XRP parts. We need an elbow. Here's my elbow. Oh, my elbow's right here. There's the first part. So now we're gonna run a hard line from here to here. So basically I want to go out, down, back here, and then back here. Alright, so we got our first line flared. Now, see, and this will connect to our soft line. Alright, so now the tricky part is the bend. Alright, we got our first line. Look at that.
If you were invited to build a F1 car and Haas put you on the team, do you think you could turn that team around?
Hell no, Jesus couldn't save Haas. Straight fire, and it only took me like 5 minutes. So now, yeah, so this one essentially would go to the boost line. So I think I'm gonna pre-bend this one and leave it here, out here like this. So what I'm gonna do to make my life a lot easier is to take this off. This was my very first weld. I was trying to clean it up. This I goofed up earlier when I lifted it off the table and then I touched it back down. So, but once the clamshell goes on, it won't be a problem. And then this was the second weld that I did. But I think your boy graduated to boss level. This was the third one right here. This was the fourth one. These were the last one. Look at that. Yeah. Your boy graduated to boss level. I haven't reached daddy level yet, but Pretty soon I will be. I'm telling you guys, man, one day you guys are gonna pay me to make parts for you. See what I'm saying? I think today is Monday. Tuesday when we're off. We have one more tube.
Today's Sunday.
Oh, today's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. On Tuesday when we're off, I'm gonna need to go get 5/8 inch tubing. We need to do that final tube from there to here. I didn't like the way the other tube ran, so I need to remake it, and we're out of tubing. So, oh, you know what? We have to finish this one from here to here. And then that 5/8 inch tubing, and we should be done with the AC Hardline kit. So, yep. So I'm gonna knock this out real quick, and yeah, we're gonna do that off camera, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna weld this final piece right here. So, see you in a little bit. This is the best that I can come up with for it to go like this and still be direct. Fit, because this line, I want to keep all these parallel so it looks good in the bay, you know. And in order to do that, this is all I can do. I tried to have it wrap around here, but it just looks stupid, like it's a freaking tow hook or something. And I don't know, it's just, and then I try to go like out here and bend it over here, tight radius to this, but this fitting right here, whenever I bend it up, it hits this, so it keeps it at an awkward angle, and it's just really fussy. But this is the best that we could do. So now I'm gonna just weld this up, and I'm gonna show you guys that I can actually weld. So let's come over here. First thing we need to do is clean this up real good with acetone. You know what? I need to deburr this real quick. Be right back. Boom, boy, look at that. Look at your boy. Look at that. I'm telling you guys, man.
Whoa.
Check this out. See that? Bam, boy. Look at them welds. Woo-wee. Your boy can do stainless now. Who is your daddy? Me.
Why'd you take the O-ring though?
Because these aren't the O-rings that we're gonna be using. Plus it makes fitting these up a lot easier. Look at that, dude. Look at that, dude. Yeah.
Right there, boy.
Your boy did it. He did this all by himself. You know? I'm so proud of myself, bro. I'm just At a loss for words. Dad, Jaden, are you proud of your dad?
Yeah.
Look at that, dude.
Only took him. This is like his second time welding.
Look at that, bro.
His second time welding.
Look at that. Now, I wouldn't weld a roll cage because I would probably die from my welds breaking, but these are good. But we will get there. Look at that. Show them the whole setup now.
All right, let's start from the beginning. So, got this here, going all the way around the back. So over here, and those two pipes. Welded that himself. Made that himself.
I did it.
They're trial and error.
I did.
Then we got this. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's really tight. But right there.
Now, we only need this one. All right, so all we need left is this, just get another 5/8 inch tubing so I can finish the pipe that goes from here to there. And we'll be done with the AC system. Yepers. I'll see you guys Tuesday after I get that pipe. And then we'll continue with the rest of the car.
And then
hopefully we can get the get it back on down on the ground soon. We still have to do the diff left, and then I have to pull out the dash so I can take out this heater core and swap it with the new heater core that has the hydroflow, which is these on there, so we can run the clamshell for the heater hose. And after that, all we have to do is a little bit of wiring, bleed the brakes, and then the last and final thing we need to do is install the exhaust. We got to swap out the diff, these piping for the intercooler, and the car will be back on the ground. And then we're gonna. All right, see ya Tuesday. All right, boys. I got the last and final pipe done. I'm a lot happier with this now. That's the final hose. Final line, boys. Beat that. This has been the most excruciating part of this entire build. Yeah, I got nothing to say. I'm tired. My arm's giving out. But they're all finished. Look at that. Look at that. Got wiggle room on all these lines, so this one's the hardest, but it should be fine. Next, we're gonna tackle the vacuum hard lines, or continue to tackle the vacuum hard lines. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. So after I installed all the heater lines and everything, we found out that the SS lines that we made here won't fit because of the way it's kinked. It sits under the upper coolant neck that's under the intake manifold, and then with all these lines and everything, like, it just kinks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do soft lines here, and then it'll come out to here, and then just hard line the rest of the way. We'll keep the lines that we have already. So The line that I'm using is the HS79 with the CSM braid. This thing is pretty cool because this is, it feels like a rubberized coating, but it's called a Hypalon coating, and it's very flexible and I love it. But literally under here is the green hose, and this is abrasion resistant, so you know it doesn't catch and fray and stuff like that like the regular AN lines. Look, check out the texture. See it? It looks like AN, but it's not. It's pretty dope. I wish my wiener was this flexible. Yeah, so I'm gonna make this line, I'm gonna cut this line and finish that crimp, and then we'll see. Alright, so this line is pretty cool. It's got PTFE silicone on the inside, and then it's got the steel braiding on the outside right there in between, and then it's got that green nylon hose, and then the Hypalon. So this is plenty strong to withstand the pressure in the AC system. So alright, what we need to do is push this on all the way flush like that, and then we shove this fitting in just about right there, and then we slide this nipple up just like that. Look at that, there goes our first line. So I'm gonna have Brandon here put the camera down so he can help me guide this through. Alright, so we got the first line done. Look at that. Still looks boss as hell. You. So now we're gonna do the other line. It's probably gonna be another day because I got the wrong collar. This is a number 8 collar. I need a number 6 collar. So what's up, guys? Future Jin here. So as I was editing this video, I noticed it kind of just cut off on that soft line right there, and the reason being is because we were missing one of the collars to make the other line, and right after that we went on a trip, which you'll see in the next video. And so when we got back, I completely forgot and I threw that line together and I never closed out the video, but we eventually finished that other line. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and remember, authenticity is king. Peace out, and I love you guys. Peace.